Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have a special guest joining us from Atlanta, Georgia. Jillian, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Jillian Anderson. I'm the founder of HerRide. HerRide is a female-friendly rideshare app based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So we have all women drivers on our platform.
Wow. So, Jillian, how you came up with this idea?
So I came up with this idea by actually being a rideshare driver myself. I moved to Atlanta in 2017, and I started driving Uber and Lyft primarily at night because it worked out best with my schedule. I went to college for computer science, so that's what I majored in, and that's what I got my degree in.
Wow,
But I also
you're a software developer.
Yeah, I am.
Oh my God, you're brilliant. Okay,
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
I also played sports while I was in college, so I actually was pursuing a professional sports career. That's the reason why I moved to Atlanta. I was trying to get some more opportunities, get some more looks, and that's why I started driving rideshare,
Which
started doing
sports?
work. I actually played 3 different sports in college. I did basketball, volleyball, and track, and I was on scholarship for all of them.
Wow, amazing. Okay, so let's connect about because you have 2 skills, okay? Because with the software development is not enough. However, if you have like Uber, for example, that is they mix taxi with technology. You have Airbnb that they mix hotels with technology, right?
Yep.
Now you can have something really, really powerful. And I think when you was riding those bikes, doing this delivery for Uber, something hit your idea that, oh, I can do this. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually listening to a podcast and they had the founders of Lyft on there. And I was like, it's only 2 people that started this company and one of them has a background. This should be easy.
Wow, really? Oh
Yeah.
my God. But then so where do you find the courage?
The courage, I think I've always just had it in me. I've been like an entrepreneur in a sense my entire life. I got my first job at the age of 12. I was working in a fish market. I just wanted to make some extra money. And there was a guy that went to my church that owned a fish market. And so I started working at his fish market, learned how to clean fish, cook it, all that good
Wow,
stuff. Was getting paid under the table, started babysitting. And because, like I said, I played sports, so I wasn't able to work the traditional jobs like everybody else did in high
absolutely.
school. I had to like kind of be just a little bit more creative about the jobs that I worked. And so my senior year of high school, I actually started selling candy. So they like removed all the sugar products out of our high school. And so
Wow.
there's a lot of
You saw
kids
the
that
opportunity there,
Yep, saw opportunity and I had to take it. So even when I was in college, because I played sports, I wasn't able to work. So I learned how to cut hair. I started a clothing line. I started doing just different things around the way just to make some money. And so I've always had that spirit in me. I've never really saw myself as an employee. And so that's just
Why?
how I've always felt.
Why you never saw yourself as an employee? Are your parents an entrepreneur? There is any friend entrepreneur? Any
I don't know. Every job that I've ever had,
multi-entrepreneur in your family that you got inspired?
I don't have any. That's the crazy
You
part
know,
about it. Yeah,
wow.
there were no
So
entrepreneurs in
when
my
the
family.
inspiration from where it came? From a book? From a friend?
I think it's from the things that my mom used to put me in. So my mom, she made sure that I guess because I was kind of gifted in school, and so she didn't want me to be bored. So she was always putting me in these different programs and these
Different
different
sports and everything. You were very
yeah,
active as a kid, yeah?
yeah, to keep me busy. I was in a leadership, I went to a leadership institute my freshman year. And it
Wow.
was out in Texas, and I got
Your
to meet a
mom
lot
put you in a
of,
leadership institute.
yep. And
Oh, that's amazing. I wish my mom did that with me. It's gonna save me a lot of time.
yeah, I thank her a lot. She
Oh,
really
wow, she
invested a
put you in a
lot.
lead. Oh, okay. Brilliant.
Yep. So they sent me out
So,
to Texas. I got to meet these juniors and seniors that had their own nonprofits. They were doing all these amazing things while also still
wow.
having great grades. And I was like, okay, I can definitely do this. Like, this is something that I can do. So my mom just made sure that I had examples to see that, okay, if these are
Role
things that you want to
models.
do.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
amazing. Yeah, but I think, Jillian,
Mhm.
you see the things and you go, I can actually do this. Do you thought
Yeah.
this through properly? Because to do an app in the last mile and fulfillment, do you knew that your competitors were multi-millionaire? These are giants, elephants that that compete with them is almost impossible. Do you knew this before you make your app?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just
Oh my
someone that
God!
accepts the
And still you
challenge.
went for it?
Yeah, I ain't never
Oh,
scared.
yeah.
Yeah. But I think for me, I think the biggest thing was when I decided on the name and my friends, gave me their suggestions on the name. Well, not suggestions on the name. When I told them the name and they thought it was a really good idea, the first thing I did was trademark the name. And
Very good.
that's something that's super important if you're gonna have an app. Most apps, it's not about the functionality of the app, it's really the name that's the most popular thing about the app.
100% agree with you. It's about
Yeah,
the brand.
so
It's
I
about the
had a great
brand.
name.
Yeah, the good name, good brand. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
same like WhatsApp. There was lots of app doing the same thing. It was that name, the brand, that actually stand
Exactly.
out and resonate with the consumer. Yeah, but so how you come out with the brand? Because this is also something that is not easy to do. Where the idea came
Oh
from?
yeah.
Where do you learn about branding? Do you open a book? You have a friend in
So
university?
in college, I was a computer science major, and so on our track for computer science, you could either do a math emphasis or a business emphasis, and it wasn't
Uh-huh.
technically a minor, but I had to take extra business class. I chose the business emphasis side because I wanted to take some business classes that just interested me.
And
I
they
had to
teach you
take
a little bit
accounting
about
one.
branding back then, right?
Yep, accounting one, accounting two. I had to take principles of marketing, and marketing is where I
Wow.
really learned about branding and how important
Wow.
branding was.
Yeah. So what do you think now, running? Because at the end of the day, yeah, it sound and it's important, I think that we always share with the entrepreneur the riches are in the niches, right? And
Yeah,
once you
that's
decide
true.
that your brand is gonna be all the bicycle is gonna be ride by women, is that correct, right? That's how you
Yes,
roll?
yes,
Brilliant. So it's very powerful brand, and then the consumer resonate with that and say, okay, let's use this one because I want to support female. I want to support female entrepreneurship. I want to support female employment. I want to support the girls, right? So
yep.
so how you came with this idea that you're gonna make this product so niche, right? Um, how
Um,
um, you never thought that, oh, you see, this is gonna be this cannot be so huge because I'm taking away 50% of the rider, which are the boys, I
yeah.
taken out of the equation, right? So you already compress your market size in half. I think do you
So
think that was a good idea?
yeah, I always knew it was a good idea. Why?
Of
Because there are
course,
brands and
of
products
course.
that exist that do
You
not
cannot
market
serve
to women.
everyone anyway. So
Exactly.
better to niche it, right?
Yeah, so from a legal standpoint, we only have women drivers, but we do serve everyone. The way we market and the way that we advertise is we only advertise to women. So I think of it the same way that you've heard you have the
Very good.
pad tampon companies, correct? So you got your sanitary napkin and your tampon companies. Men know they exist, but those companies do not market to men. Men can go and buy those products in the stores, but
Absolutely.
again, no one markets, they don't market to
Absolutely.
men. And so that's the same approach that I took as.
I love it. I love it, Jillian. I love it. I love the idea. I love the approach. I love that it's good for the planet. It's ticking all the boxes. It's
Yes.
eco-friendly. It help the people to be more healthy.
And
Uh,
we pay our drivers more. We pay the drivers 80%. That's
you
the biggest
pay
thing that we
more to
do.
the drivers, so your driver make more money. Make compare with what compare against Uber or against.
Yeah, it's like they make like 40 or 50% on the other platforms.
Wow, you pay more to the drivers. That's brilliant.
Yep.
So. Then, Gillian, the other question is, how many users do you have at the moment?
We have about 26,000 users on the platform.
Wow, that's a big
Yep.
number. Huh,
Thank you.
that's a huge number.
Thank you.
26,000 users. When do you start this?
We started it we went live on the App Store in March of 2020. So that was the same year COVID shut down everything. We're in Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
Georgia, so they shut down everything. So I really focused on that year because we didn't give a ride that year. I
Okay.
focused on just building the community, building the brand, and I use social media in
Absolutely,
order
yeah.
to do that. We actually went viral on Twitter in June of 2020, and we had 7,000 people sign up in one day. And that's when I knew I
Wow.
had something.
Oh, yeah, we need to do more of these viral things, yeah, to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's a huge opportunity for this. We call it here in United Kingdom, we call it last mile, right?
The
Uh,
last mile delivery. Yep.
last mile delivery, last mile, right? So you knew during COVID, for example, a lot of companies emerged out of this. Yeah, there is
Yep.
one. There's one. I don't know if you know. The name is Getty. At some point was
Yeah. I'm familiar with Getty. Yeah.
yeah. At some point there were these people were 7 billion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are in a little bit of trouble now. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
as last time that I heard from them, but they were doing quite well. So last month you knew, Gillian, that there is a market for it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what we need to do is a fair model that works better for everybody, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then the and not only economically, otherwise also about the values of the company, right? The values, the mission, because at the
Yep.
end of the day, if I can see with 26,000 users that for a tech company, this is a very high number. You're taking a
Thank you.
very high valuation because of this. Yeah. Are you raising funds at the moment?
Yes, we are. So we're trying to raise $800,000 for our pre-seed round. Just really trying to get it.
Pre-seed?
Yep,
You're
we're
gonna
still in
raise now with
pre-seed.
pre-seed, you have 26,000 users? You
Yeah, I
are
know
gonna
it's
do
hard to
very
get,
well.
but unbeknownst to everyone, it's not as easy to raise funding. Right now, the United States economy is a little shifty right now. So they're not giving out as much money as they were right before I started this app. I think they just used to throw money at everybody. And now a lot of these VCs, they pretty much have exhausted a lot of their funds, and these companies aren't showing a return. And so they're being a lot more strict on how they give out these funds. They want to see a lot more traction before they give out money now.
Yeah,
And so
Gillian,
I've
you have
kind
a
of
lot of
been,
traction. Are the people that paying for those rides, right? You have some revenue,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I have people. Yeah, we have revenue. We've been generating revenue. We probably generated the most revenue that we ever had this year. We've done over 250% more in revenue from this time this year than we did last year. So we're growing exponentially.
You're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about. I can help you. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
Thank you.
we definitely can help you. Yeah, with
Yes,
the
sir.
with this bit. Yeah, the thing.
Hmm.
The investor, because Gillian, with the funding, right? Yeah, and I think that the most important thing is that the company has to be ready, right? And yours is already ready. Okay, so it's
Oh
ready
yeah.
because you have the traction already. Okay, a lot of people
Mhm.
go out and ask for money with no traction. This is a very bad idea. Okay,
Exactly.
you cannot prove your concept, right? And so
Hmm.
the investor they will say, "Oh, I'm taking the risk." However, with this number of users, 26,000 and some revenue coming because the people are actually using it, right?
Yep.
This is a very, very good space, very lucrative. Look at that. Let me tell you something. The VCs, they do have the money. They just need the right company. The
Exactly.
money is out
They
there.
need help
We just
finding the
need
right company
to
too.
take the boxes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yours definitely it's one of these that you're very clever. You're very clever. You're very, you know computing.
Yep.
You know about business. You know about software. You are not scared to sell. I can see that a lot of issues that we have that we find in the tech space. Honestly, is that we find software developers that they create a product, an app, whatever, but now they're scared to sell. They don't know how to sell. They have an issue with selling, and yeah, they can be brilliant in technology, but if they don't develop the skill of sales, then
Hmm.
it's gonna be difficult for them to be founders of the business if they can not sell the product, right? But
I agree.
what I
Yes.
can see, you can actually sell yours. Actually, people are buying
Yep.
it. So clearly it's selling. So, and the app, Gillian, okay, so then you don't need CTO, no? You are your own CTO or how does
Yeah,
it?
so I am the CTO of the business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have other software developers from your
So
school working with you?
so
From
I
the
don't have, they're not with me. I do have a team that I do work with, that does all of the software developer, because I know how to code, but I don't enjoy coding at all. So but I do know how to find the best coders out
best
there. I know how
coders
to
and
get
then give them the instruction and manage the project, right?
exactly.
I
Yep, that's what I
presume that
do.
your app is flying, yeah?
Yep.
So it's only you're operating only in Atlanta?
Yes, so we're only operating in Atlanta area right now.
You're running the pilot in Atlanta now, and after you would expand to other cities, right?
Yes. So as soon as we raise the money that we need to raise for Atlanta, I plan on expanding to other cities
So the
almost
pre-seed,
immediately.
pre-seed is 800,000 what you're raising?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Yes.
It sounds very logical to me, everything. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think you're gonna have problem raising the funds, honestly. Yeah, you're very investable. Yeah, you're very charismatic. You will be fine. Yeah, and your numbers speak for themselves, right? So clearly
Yes,
there is
they
a
do.
niche, and you know this is how it is, right? When I always say when it comes to business, right?
Mhm.
Some people come and say, "Oh, I have this idea that nobody has. It's a unique idea." Sometimes you have to be very careful with this because sometimes it's so unique that there is no demand for it, right? What you
Exactly.
did, you took a different approach, right? We own a book publishing company. A lot of people come and say, "Well, I don't want to publish more books about personal development because there are already a lot out there." I said, "You crazy? It, it there are a lot
Exactly.
there because people are buying because there are demand for it. What won't be there?"
Exactly.
The thing. So clearly, for the last mile, it's a lot of demand. There are big boys, let's tell the truth, fighting for that space because it's very, very lucrative, right?
Yes.
But Jillian, if you can make your space there and you can get a fraction of the market, you're going to do what you're going very good. Last time, next time that we speak, is gonna go from your limousine, yeah? Or maybe
Oh yeah.
maybe you take all the money and give it to charity to your local community, yeah?
Oh yeah, for sure. I come from humble beginnings, so I don't really need much outside of when it comes to money. I've never been one of those people that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be getting this big mansion. I'm gonna have 30 cars. I don't really care about that.
No,
I
I
really
don't
just
see
care
you
about
that way. I
giving
see
back.
you more working with the community, giving to
Yep.
charity, enrolling people to do sports. Yeah,
Yep.
basically,
That's more my
that's
lane.
everything that you're passionate about: the sport, computing.
I'm passionate about both. I'm really passionate about
Yeah.
sports, basketball. Where I came from, I'm from Athens, Georgia originally, and
Mm.
so there wasn't a lot of opportunities in terms of just exposure for the athletes that came out of Athens, Georgia. And so I want to go back and create sports teams or whatever those AAU teams that are needed to help those kids that are from my area get the exposure that they need so that they
Hmm.
can get out of the city and get to college and just
Absolutely.
experience life the same way I experienced it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then one of the things that I like a lot about you is that you market your product a lot for women. So you know, women is promoting that women can actually work, right?
Yep, Women
So
Connect exists because of us on the Lyft
absolutely,
path. Yeah.
absolutely. And women, we need more women in the workforce. We also need to pay them same as men. That would be fair also. Yeah, it's a lot going
Mhm.
on in UK and I don't know that much in United States, but
Oh yeah, for sure over
yeah,
here as well.
yeah, it's a global issue that somehow people say, oh, let's pay less to women, right? And they think that it's
Yeah.
okay, you know? Yeah, 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 yeah. So, and and then, you know, it's all about social responsibility as well to come with a product, right?
Mhm.
That doesn't have the environment, that create just for women, that you know, sometimes it's that type of business that is ticking all the boxes. Don't be afraid of the big boys, yeah.
Oh
Just this
yeah, don't
time
be afraid of them.
I know, you're not scared of them. I can tell, you're not scared of them from day one, so you might know that you have traction.
Oh
We're
yeah, just make sure your
not scared of
paperwork's
them
in
when you
order.
didn't have
That's all.
traction. You might know that you have traction. Now you are on the other side of the fence.
Oh yeah.
I think that with the VCs, you know, Gillian is just choose what is better for you because you are in the position to choose, right?
Mhm.
They need to bring something to a table. You know, for example, a VC with you that have some experience in terms of logistics or in terms of delivery or in terms
and experience in insurance. That's probably the biggest blocker
insurance.
in this industry is the big guys. They try to block you out from getting insurance policies with the other major insurance brands because they already have a contract with them or they already have a relationship with them.
And
So the other
they
insurance
don't want
companies,
you to do.
yeah, that's the real
Jillian, don't worry. They give you too much headache. You will open your own insurance company.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a friend that has something happen like that, and then he opened his own insurance, and that one is making even more money.
Exactly.
So you know what I mean. So you will find a way around. I think that the most important, yeah, keep it niche, keep it tight, yeah. Um, let's keep talking with the VCs. And this is an area that I can definitely help you. Yeah. And
Yeah.
anybody listening the conversation, if you are a venture capitalist or you are an angel investor, right? Please have a look the app, have a look the product. It got some potential. You know, it's there are hundreds and hundreds of tech pros out there all the time. Yeah. Very difficult to find one as good one as this one. So
Exactly. I was about to
yeah,
say, good luck trying to find one as good as me. I'm just
I
saying.
invest in technology, so I know what what I'm saying, right? Because sometimes you need to take out the box, and then and sometimes the entrepreneur and the team. Yeah, this stage, Jillian, they're gonna be looking at you as an entrepreneur and what problem are you solving. That's the
So
only
the
thing I want to see. Some
Yep,
you
you're right.
and what problem you're solving, and now you come with a little bit of traction. That's the cherry on top of the thing, and they will align with you. You know, probably will be women investors. You who knows? You know who you're gonna attract with this type of product. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
little by little.
Can't wait.
So Jillian, tell us the 5 steps to make the first million.
All right. So 5 steps for me that I have to make the first million to make your first million is number one will be to trademark your name. Trademarking it is
I
extremely
agree.
important. And a lot of people forget about that. So that's the first thing that I did before I even found a company to make my app. The second thing I would say is focus on organic growth. That's the second thing that we did. We were very focused on growing organically. I didn't pay for advertising or marketing. The very first 2 years that we existed, I didn't pay
Wow,
for any of that. I wanted to see if we actually had proof of concept. I wanted to see without having to add
absolutely.
money into, funnel money into an advertising campaign to see if people were just naturally interested in what it is that I was selling. And so I would think that would be the second thing, because if you have a strong organic foundation, organic growth, then you can grow and build anywhere. The third thing I would say is to focus on partnerships with corporations. Corporations pay out the big bucks. And so if you're trying to increase your revenue, if you're trying to make more money as a company, try to partner up with corporations and make sure that you offer a product or a service that a corporation can buy, because they're going to spend the most money. Number four, I would say make sure that you understand profit margin. A lot of people like to start businesses and they don't even know how much money they're going to be making after all of their expenses are paid out. So understanding profit margin will really help you. It really helps with I guess it's like keeping up your confidence, wanting to keep it going. Because a lot of people, they'll like for example, the food industry. Food industry has probably some of the smallest profit margins out
Oh yeah.
there. People are always they're always willing to open up a restaurant first because that's probably like the easiest thing to do. But they only see like 2 or 3% in profit margin. For us, even though we pay our drivers 80% of the fare, our profit margin starts off at 20%. So we're
Wow.
keeping a good amount of money. Yeah, so we're keeping a
Wow.
good amount of money. And as long as
Fantastic.
our bills are paid,
Brilliant.
Mhm.
Very good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we keep a good amount of money from a profit margin standpoint. So just making sure that you understand profit margin. And then I think the last thing that I would say is make sure that you have your paperwork in order. In terms of just so like you could be if you don't have insurance, you could get sued, right? You need to make sure you always have insurance. You need to make sure that all of your business licenses and everything is up to date, because again, if something happens to your business, you'll end up being liable for it. It's going to cost you a lot of money. You don't want to have to sit there and spend a whole bunch of money just
Absolutely.
because you want to be cheap and not get insurance, or you want to be cheap and not do this. Like, no, make sure that everything is paid for and all your paperwork is lined up.
To protect your business, yeah?
Yes, to protect your business.
Yeah. Jillian, so how long do you have the app for?
Had the app since March of 2020.
Wow. So this is fantastic. I think that one of the things that is important about this movement, right, is that you know, at the end of the day, if different companies, right, can come with different solutions, this is good because is the consumer who is the winner, right?
Yes.
So the problem is that if you have one Uber and only one company doing this type of things, yeah, it tends to it can become close to a monopoly, which I think this is illegal. Yeah.
I do as well. And technically it's illegal in the
It's
United
technically
States.
it's illegal everywhere. Well,
Yeah.
not as long as UK and United States it's illegal, right?
Yep.
So anyway, and those companies, right? They become they are big, you know, they're massive, and then they're adding more pros. Now they're becoming what we call in Jillian super apps, right?
Yep.
But there is a part of the of the consumer, right, that want to buy from the local community app, that want to support the local community drivers,
Yep.
that they use the last mile anyway, right? They use the
Yep.
service. And also in terms of the employees, the drivers, they get paid more, right? So it goes it goes that sometimes, like you said, sometimes maybe you don't need to be a gazillion billionaire like all these tech giants that they had out there, right? Like the Facebook and the Microsofts and the Amazons and everything. But you can have a very decent business that make a huge impact on your community, right? And sometimes this is all in the communities out there, right? And sometimes this is enough for a VC to give you the funds. Remember, there are a lot of venture capitalists, a lot of investors now. They call it impact investors, right? They only will give you the money you make an impact in the community where you live, in the charity work, or so all those visions, so everything they want to do with the money to support the sports and things like that. Keep all this aligned with your value of your companies and so on, because I think this is all gonna work out fine. You will see, yeah, you're brilliant, yeah, and you make my day today, yeah. I haven't seen a
Thank you.
tech entrepreneur so good in in a couple of weeks, yeah.
Good. That's good to hear.
I usually make good people, honestly, because I'm on the space. Yeah. So Jillian, we wish you the best. Yeah. We wish you
Thank you.
the growth. Yeah. We're gonna look at your funding to send you a couple of people that I know, 2, 3 people
Yay.
to look at the company. Yeah. To see
Yes.
how they can help. And also, what is the last message that you have out there for people that they feel like you, that that they can do something different, that can make a massive difference in the business and in the community, right? But they don't give enough exposure, they don't give an opportunity, and sometimes the people say, oh, what's the point? It's better to go and do drugs and to trade and to stay on the street. Yeah, what's the point to do the right thing? So what message do you have for all these people living in those areas?
For me, I'm just gonna share one of my favorite quotes. It's "I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul." And that's the end of a poem called Invictus that I love. And I take that quote with me everywhere I go, because you are the true controller of your life. You can't say if you have the knowledge, if you have the ability to learn, if you have the ability to grow, then you control your future. You can't limit yourself just because you're a certain age. You can't limit yourself just because you feel like you didn't go to school. Like, you can go. I tell people that I'm from all the time, I'm like, just because you didn't get a chance to go to college now, what's stopping you from going? I mean, back when we graduated high school, what's stopping you from going now? Nothing. So why don't you just do whatever it is that you say you want to do? It's all about you are the master. Like I said, you are the master of your fate. You are the captain of your soul. So if you really want to get it done, you'll get it done.
Absolutely. And with that note, if you really want to get it done, you get it done.
Yep.
We're gonna end up our podcast. Thank you so much, Jillian, for your contributions. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing about our app. So if somebody listening this podcast right now, they say, "Oh, Jillian is amazing, paying a lot of money, so I want to become my driver." Or people want to say, "Oh, I want to some last mile services delivered to my house." So how they can find the app, how they download it, how the process, yeah.
Oh yeah. So we're
If
on the
somebody's
app
an
store.
investor and like what is hearing and they want to contact you, how they find you?
So we are on the App Store. Well, if you want to find the app is on the App Store. It's live on Google Play and the iOS App Store. So you can just find it. It's HerRide. It's HerRide, and it's only one R in HerRide. And if you want to just contact me personally, my Instagram is Jill B Gates on Twitter. So it's JILL, the letter B, and GATES. And then my Instagram is The Real Jill Gates. So that's Jill Gates, and then just put The Real, and it's spelled just exactly how it's supposed to be spelled, no spaces. And you can find me there. And then I'm also on LinkedIn as well. You just have to search my first and last name, which is Jillian Anderson. And it's a great picture of me smiling on there. Can't miss it.
Brilliant, Jillian. And with this note, we want more women in tech. Yeah, we want more
Yes.
women in tech, and we want to send it as an example. Yeah, because we have to
Yes.
stop a lot of things that is going on, especially in the tech industry. Look at you, how good project you have, and still you haven't find the funding. That's unbelievable. Yeah.
Thank you.
And we know that there is something going on with the industry, right? So if a boys come with a project with that traction, hey, here's the money, but when a girl comes,
exactly.
everybody thinking twice. Well, don't think twice, because you're gonna miss the boat. Because you're making money. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're calling the shot because your tool is very good. You actually have very good profit margin, you know your stuff. So the VCs, they have to actually get on board with you. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Otherwise, they're gonna miss out. Yeah. So thank you so
Yes,
much,
indeed.
Gillian, for your time. And for
Thank you,
everyone,
Eric. I appreciate it.
sure. And for every one of you listening the podcast or following, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable. How brave entrepreneurs like Gillian break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.